Today is January 29, 2016, but it's also Kinnikuman Day! And to mark this special occasion is my top 10 favorite anime characters Kinnikuman edition. This title also implies future lists specifically focusing on series with large casts, and I'm sure you can guess what anime I'm referring to. And much later will be a list of favorite characters from basically every series I like, but today it's all about Kinnikuman. Kinnikuman and its sequel, Ultimate Muscle, is a shonen story about superhero wrestlers who fight villains known as the Devil Superman or Akuma Choji. The series ranges from goofy comedy to fucked up violence and dark content, but it clearly has a long-running shonen spirit, predating many other shonen titles. In fact, the manga began in 1979, and it's still running today in 2016. I hope this video gives a bit more insight on why I like this series, why its manga and anime need to be licensed, and why it deserves a reboot. So sit back and enjoy the Kinnikuman manliness!
M-U-S-C-L-E muscle! 3, 2, 1, fire!
Number 10. Akuma Shogun. The leader of the Devil Superman. Akuma Shogun, or General Terror, can be best described as the devil's avatar, or possibly the devil himself. In the original Kinnikuman, his body is made of 6 Devil Supermen and possesses each of their unique abilities. His purpose is to rid of justice and friendship, and he nearly killed all of the Justice Supermen. In fact, with the theft of the Golden Mask, a sacred artifact, Akuma Shogun could have led to the extinction of every hero, even their babies! Akuma Shogun would later be retconned in the Ultimate Muscle manga, where his background history would feature more satanic elements. Basically, the villains in Kinnikuman are all devils, with Akuma Shogun being the one in charge. In Ultimate Muscle volumes 22 to 29, Akuma Shogun is portrayed to be the Satan of the series, where he would attempt to resurrect himself via ritual and using heroes as offerings. What makes him land the number 10 spot is most of his build-up featured in those volumes, as there would be several panels giving much detail about his role as a leader of devils, which include keeping heroes as slaves only to kill them later and use their corpses to build monuments. It's very gruesome stuff, especially when the final battle in Ultimate Muscle takes place inside of a giant statue of himself filled with the corpses of fallen heroes, which takes the shape of his heart. This is some really dark shit. Unfortunately, his appearances are rather minimal. First in the original Kinnikuman series in the Golden Mask arc as the main villain. Second in the last arc of Ultimate Muscle manga, the Demon Seed arc, and again as the main villain. And a third appearance in the Kinnikuman 2011 manga, in which I have no idea what that story is about. I did hear that Akuma Shogun has become overpowered in Kinnikuman 2011, but I really don't know anything else, so I can't comment on that. But if you want to include anime, then Akuma Shogun has also appeared in the 6th Kinnikuman movie as the main villain, and again in a pachinko which advertised the Golden Mask arc. Since this is a list of favorites, I should speak on what I like about the dude. For starters, look at those shoulders! Now I know I draw some pointy shoulders with jackets, but this guy has these really circular shoulders, so I wonder, can he even turn his head or look to his left or right? Does his own shoulder block his eyesight? Regardless, I still think it looks manly. Actually, since he's a devil, I guess it's okay if I say he's devil manly. I really like this large design as it looks very intimidating, especially when compared to the other villains of the series. In both anime and manga, Akuma Shogun clearly has the look of a manly villain, and is most suited to be portrayed as a series version of Satan, even though his role is sort of confusing in the original Golden Mask arc. Regardless of his small screen time, Akuma Shogun did leave an impression on me. The villains in Kinnikuman are some of the most frightening and disturbing in all of anime and manga, but especially for a battle shonen. So many of them are very goofy, yet creepily violent, and for this guy to be the head of this organization of Satan worshippers seems appropriate. Even his theme song is called King of Devils. Akuma Shogun is definitely a villain I want to see more in action, but I really enjoyed his darker portrayal in Ultimate Muscle. Definitely when his followers would die yelling, "Glory to Lord Satan!" It just leaves me wanting more, and I feel this villain could take the Kinnikuman series into a whole new world of storytelling, whether it be by action, temptation, or characterization. I want more Akuma Shogun. But let's not forget that this is a Kinnikuman video, and it will not be complete until I say something ridiculous. Akuma Shogun is so devil manly that he sweats diamonds. I repeat, he can sweat diamonds. Ashura Man. If I were to describe Ashura Man's role in the Devil Children, it'd be like comparing him to Starscream in Transformers. Ashura Man serves under Akuma Shogun and is a recurring villain in the series. Interestingly, he's actually a demon prince, but sadly we don't learn much about his parents or lineage other than a few screenshots. You must have noticed by now that he has 6 arms and 3 faces, which makes him one of the deadliest characters of the series. Obviously, with more arms he wields greater muscle strength, but he can also throw tornadoes. Ashura Man even mimicked Kinnikuman's signature technique, the Kinniku Buster, with his own creation, the Ashura Buster, which is almost inescapable. What makes Ashura Man one of my favorite characters is his demonic nature, and his constant on-screen presence. Ashura Man managed to appear in 4 arcs where he goes from henchman, to main villain, to hero, and he becomes a villain again. I just love the creativity that went into this character, such as his gruesome debut. In his first appearance, it was revealed that his 6 arms were torn off from other Devil Superman, but he can also steal people's arms by some unknown ability that he only uses twice. If that wasn't crazy enough, he can also shoot water spiderwebs. Not sure how that works. In short, Ashura Man's at his best in volumes 25 through 29 of Ultimate Muscle, where we dive into his past and see an incredibly tragic story involving his wife and son. Until I dedicate an entire character profile to Ashura Man, I do not want to spoil his sad story, for it's very traumatic, especially by Kinnikuman standards. Leaning back into a more comical route, in the second Kinnikuman anime, Ashura Man had the infamous luck of having the shortest anime fight in the series, being around 15 seconds. Which is odd, as the manga version of that battle was heavy with both action and writing, as they look into Ashura Man's childhood, and the anime just skimmed over it. In the end, Ashura Man lands on number 9 for sheer absurdity and cruelty as a Devil Superman. And things get more exciting when he teams up with Sunshine. Look how devilish they look in these pictures. Devil manly! Ashura Man is probably my favorite Kinnikuman villain, mostly because of this following statement. Before we had Diamond Sweat, so what could be more outrageous than that? Well, Ashura Man is a demon prince with 6 arms, 3 faces, who holds a malevolent power that can shatter any shonen hero. Because Ashura Man can steal friendship and lock it in a box. Ashura Man can steal friendship via voodoo dolls, and while it is not 100% effective, it did manage to be the perfect catalyst for the beginning of the Dream Tag arc. Ashura Man, he's Ashura Manly! Yeah!